Nintendo's talks, mergers and acquisitions, hints at Switch 2. I set that up like that. Why did it not work? Today, we're diving into an article from the Metro, authored by Game Central, in which we discuss Nintendo's recent comments on mergers and acquisitions and hints at potential release of the Switch 2. Nintendo's next console, the president of Nintendo. Here we go. Shuntaro. Fuck off.
No. Furukawa.
Anyway, Furukawa has made a rare mention of their next console, and we've put down things like the suppliers in China for sensors and bits have done this too. Might be coming towards the end of the financial year in March. There's an increased developer capacity, increasing the sophistication of game developments, which means they're kind of implementing maybe that means like decent online stuff. I'm hoping that means decent online stuff. Yeah, but they're talking about this, but they don't talk about who they could be merging with. So they talk about this week as you look at the article. Would be nice. You know what? If it was Sega and Atari, you get the whole old school crew back together again.
It won't be Atari.
Neo Geo.
Oh yeah, Neo Geo. Definitely Neo Geo. We'll get the Dreamcast 2 finally. It's the other thing. But yeah, it's a weird one, but because we brought up Microsoft sneakily buying Nintendo shares, if you remember.
So Nintendo could buy Microsoft.
That'd be hilarious. Was it Microsoft talking about leaving the gaming industry and just handing all their stuff over to Nintendo? That wouldn't be a bad thing. I'll be honest with you.
We'd get some good games, wouldn't we? We really would.
There'd be a level of quality that'd be there. Everyone at Bethesda's gone. Sorry, sorry guys, you don't get that Nintendo seal of quality like you would elsewhere. So yeah, they're talking about some of these things here. They've got some upcoming releases and bits coming out, and I think my guess is, depending on their financial result, is when they'll announce the Switch 2. If it's a good result for Nintendo, it'll be in April. If it's a bad result, it'll be like mid-March. Yeah, and the reason I want to do that is I want to push the shares up before they release their financial results, and then everyone will speculate on them and drive the share prices up. That's what I'm looking at. But yeah, there's some upcoming releases, Baxter.
Yeah, so Nintendo has announced some games for release after March 2024. But they are minor titles. Last entirely new first-party title scheduled for the system is Princess Peach Showtime on March 22nd. This is the possibility of the Switch 2 release in autumn 2024. No mention of Metroid. So if you've got Switch 2, you've got to have Metroid, the new Metroid game, as a release title, haven't you? It's got to be done.
That and a Mario game.
Oh well, that's a
you need that in a Mario game.
Yeah,
you have to have a Mario game there. So it's I think Princess Peach's Showtime. That sounds like baseball. I'm just pitching up.
Yeah,
it sounds very. Yeah, it's not a.
Unless it's imagine Princess Peach's boxing.
The thing is, we don't know what the Switch 2 is even going to be. We don't even know if it's going to be Switch 2. We're all speculating. It could be a brand new console. It could be a Switch 2 console, but handheld. But we don't know, do we?
It's due to a marketing error in Japan. It's called the Poo. We've had the Wii. Now we've got the Poo.
How could you imagine?
It is a number 2.
It's P-U. It's P-U-U. The Poo. It's number 2. Switch 2, the Poo.
Switch 2, Poo.
I mean, you look at every Nintendo console. It's always been different, hasn't it? It's always been a little bit of a game changer. Apart from the Wii U, past the Wii, but that was like a stepping. That was like a precursor to the Switch.
I think the Wii U was definitely a one where they pushed a difference and they tried to push the tablet, because at that time
Yeah,
when
but-
it came
yeah,
out,
but
there
that's
was a
what I
big
mean, that
thing
was-
for second screens.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That was a precursor to the Switch.
Yeah, it is a
But it's-
stepping
the-
stone, I think.
I think what they did with the Switch is they went handheld. What do you call it? Handheld and a console. Well, let's just make them into one. I'm done with it.
I personally think the Switch 2 doesn't need to be handheld. I don't think they need to do it. I think they need to go back to home console. Yes, still have the backward compatibility, so you can still plug your Switch cards in there. But I'd like to see. I'd love to see another cartridge-based system, but similar to the GameCube, that kind of size. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
No,
You lose it right. It's going to be.
Look at the sales in the games for the Switch. They don't need to compete with Microsoft, and they don't need to compete with Sony, do they?
Yeah, they have their own niche, and it's there, and that's it. So okay. So in conclusion, Nintendo hinting at the potential release of a new console whilst emphasizing the importance of strengthening their development teams. The company is open to mergers and acquisitions, but it calls out its approach. With the current Switch nearing its final phase, fans and gamers worldwide are eagerly anticipating what Nintendo has in store for the future. Stay tuned. We'll see what more we can bring. Gentlemen, next story.